Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Wanda Hamidah with ID 63,240,100, class 63.1A.13. The theme I took for this presentation was simple present tense. In this theme, I will explain number 1 is what is simple present tense, number 2 adverb of frequency, number 3 simple present tense pattern or formula, number 4 characteristics of the simple present tense, number 5 simple present tense function. Next, the first one is what is simple present tense? Simple present tense is a form of tense that is used to talk about something that is reality, habit, or routine. So, present tense is used to explain events that are happening right now. This simple present tense is the most used tense every day. Next, number 2 is frequency adverb. Commonly used time words include usually, always, seldom, rarely, often, sometimes, ever, never, hardly never, every week, every day, and every month. Actually, the word time is not always found in every simple present tense sentence. However, sentences that use the word time definitely include the simple present tense, and the word time is placed after the subject of the sentence. Examples: I never forget to exercise. He always smells good. Next, number 3 is simple present tense pattern. The formula is subject plus verb plus object. So, for subject I used to be an, and verb do, or verb without the ending s or is. Meanwhile, the subject you, they, we, and plural subject used to be are, and verb do, or verb without the ending s or is. Finally, the subject he, she, it, and singular subject used to be is, and verb does, or verbs ending in s or is. Next, the simple present tense is divided into two patterns. The first is the verbal sentences. Verbal sentences are sentences that say an action. The predicate is in the form of a verb. The form of a positive verbal sentences is subject plus verb 1 or verb 1 ending in s or is plus object. Examples: I read in bed every night. Read here without the ending s because the subject is I. He wants to live now. Wants here ends with s because the subject is he. Next, the form of a negative verbal sentence is subject plus do or does plus not plus verb 1 plus object. Specifically, for the negative verb, the formula uses do or does plus not after the subject and before the verb 1. Examples: they don't know what to say. Don't is the same as do not. Why don't? Because the subject is they. He doesn't know which one to choose. Doesn't is the same as does not. Why doesn't? Because the subject is he. Next, the form of an interrogative verbal sentence is do or does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object plus question mark. For the interrogative form, the formula uses do or does but is placed before the subject. Examples: does he already know? Do you want it? Next, the form of an interrogative verbal sentences with WH question is WH question plus do or does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object plus question mark. For this form WH question is added before do or does, including what, when, who, where, and how. Examples: Why do you wear white shirts? When does he go to work? The second simple present tense pattern is a nominal sentences. A noun sentence is a sentence that expresses materiality in the form of the name of a person, profession, place, and everything that is objective. So the predicate is to be, is, am, are. Next, the first positive nominal sentences is subject plus to be plus object. Examples: I am smart. He is a teacher. We are childhood friends. Next, the negative form of a nominal sentence is a subject plus to be plus not plus object. For this formula, just add not after to be. Examples: They are not finished. I am not lazy. My father is not a doctor. Next, the interrogative form of a nominal sentences is to be plus subject plus object plus question mark. For this formula, to be is placed before the subject. Examples: Are you happy right now? Is she a good chef? Am I right? Next, the interrogative form with WH question of nominal sentences is WH question plus to be plus subject plus question mark. To this formula, add WH question before to be. Examples: Why are you late? When am I called? What is the name of drama you watch? It's all a simple present tense formula pattern. Next, number 4, this time there is characteristics of the simple present tense. There are 3 characteristics. The first, using verbs in basic forms or infinitive or noun irregular verbs. The second, use auxiliary verbs, namely do or does, for verbal sentences in negative and interrogative forms. The third, in the present tense, there are usually adverbs of types such as always, usually, often, seldom, rarely, never, every day or every week or every month or every year. Next, number 5 is simple present tense function. The first one is general truth. It means general truth or absolute truth, that is things that are certain to be true and something that must have been known to the public. Examples: fish live in water, sunset in the west. Next, number 2 is habit, an activity or schedule that is carried out continuously and consistently. Example: Mom always prepares breakfast every morning. The words always and every morning in this sentence indicate that this activity is always carried out so that it becomes a routine habit every morning. Next, number 3 is instruction. These instructions are examples of common words that are often encouraged on the road. In addition, there are also instructions that can be found on the product packaging. Examples: shake the first before drinking. The finally is fixed schedules, activities or events that are scheduled and bound to occur, but cannot repeat. Example, the concert will start at 5 p.m. That's enough of my explanation regarding simple present tense. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. In this video, I will express my opinion about smoking on campus. Friends, we all know that smoking has very dangerous impacts on health. It is generally known that cigarette smoke can damage the body's organs, especially the lungs, and its impact will affect all groups, both active smokers and passive smokers. Friends, did you know there are already several campuses that have implemented a no-smoking rule on their campuses? And this actually needs to be implemented on every campus. This is because smoking behavior often occurs in academic environments, for example, campuses. Therefore, there needs to be special attention from each campus to handle this problem, because if it is not handled firmly, this problem will never be resolved. With strict regulation and warnings from each campus, this will raise awareness for every individual in the campus environment to no longer smoke on campus, so the dangers of smoking in the campus environment are not only an individual health problem, but also a problem, health, and shared responsibility to protect the well-being of the academic community. For example, on my campus, Bina Sarana Informatica University has taken concrete steps from the start to create a healthy and smoke-free campus environment, namely by providing strict education and warning starting for new students. So it seems that until now I have not found anyone smoking on the Bina Sarana Informatica campus. That's my opinion about smoking on campus. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.